What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. It's a hot day today. I think it's like 83 degrees right now. It's hot as all hell. Feel like I'm in it. Well, I ain't even gonna say no other hot state because trust me, I know it's hotter there than where I am. So, but it's hot. Um, so anyway, getting into this episode of GH, I kind of enjoyed this episode. Scott, you know what? Scott done handed Ava and Nikolas the divorce papers to give them a speedy divorce. I was so happy when Ava said, "Hell no, I'm not signing nothing." I love that she refused to sign those divorce papers, even though like Nikolas was being more than generous in that divorce, and I felt like he did it out of guilt. That's why I feel like he did it because it wasn't making sense to me. He was gonna divide the assets 50-50. I'm confused because I'm like, what assets? Him and Ava don't own anything together. So I'm like, he's talking about 50-50 of his assets? And I'm trying to compute all this, so I'm like, does that include Cassadine Industries ownership of that? Like she gets half of his ownership of that company. Does she get half ownership of Windermere? Like he mean everything, or he means specific assets? That's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, wait, what? Because I'm like, did I hear that correctly? 50-50. Yeah, that's that guilt right there. But I totally understand why Ava didn't want to sign those papers because I feel like that whole thing is stupid. Like, get divorced just to get remarried again because you want a fresh start, but technically it's still not going to be a fresh start because he didn't tell her about him sleeping with Esme. So if Ava finds out about that after they get remarried, all it's going to do is lead to another damn divorce. That's all it's going to do. I don't see Ava staying with him after this. Like, if she does, he's going to have to do some serious ass kissing to get back in her good graces. I don't see it. You know what I mean? Like even deep down, even Ava know that this fresh start, all this divorce nonsense, she feels like it's not what Nikolas thinks it's gonna be. You know what I mean? She doesn't believe in this. Like she doesn't agree with it, and it's totally understandable. Uh, so Esme come running over there, divorced. Putting on her little showtime at the Apollo performance. Like she, putting on a performance like she auditioning for a Lifetime movie or whatnot, or a little Hallmark movie. Divorce? Oh, I thought you guys were just gonna be separated and try to work through your marriage. Esme, go sit down. Go sit down. So her and Nikolas go talk alone, and she pretty much I felt like she tried to emotionally blackmail him, because she want his help to get back into Spring Ridge, and he didn't want to do it because he was like, word was gonna get back to Kevin through his mother. So she was like, "Oh, this is what I get for sleeping with my boyfriend's dad." She definitely tried to blackmail him with that. So he's like, "Okay, fine, I'll try to help you or whatever, so that way you don't think this is some type of payback or whatever, some cosmic payback." I'm like, Nikolas, how slow can you be? How slow can you be? This girl tried to blackmail you essentially. That's why she brought up y'all sleeping together. Oh, that shouldn't have happened. Well, it did, dummy. It happened. You stuck your little shillelagh in her little flower, and that's what happened. Now, do what the girl wants you to do since you're a little wimp. Because if it was me, I wouldn't take no blackmail. See, that's why they couldn't write for me on this show. They couldn't write for me because I would never let somebody blackmail me. Listen. I will get me a horn. I would get me a bullhorn and go outside and spill all my business in the street before you think you could blackmail me for something. It ain't going down like that. I don't do blackmail. Nope. I would proudly tell my business. I'm just saying. So anyway, moving on from that, I am so freaking happy. I love the little hangout session between Chase and Gregory. Um, Chase, Gregory, and Finn, because they were pretty much urging him to fight for his job, as he should. You know what I'm saying? And Finn was basically like, "Stay your ass away from Link," because he has to show the board that he's remorseful. In order to keep his job, because he doesn't know what else to do other than police work, other than being a police detective. I mean, I could think of some other career choices for him that's in law enforcement in a way. He could be a private detective. is pretty good because you still make good money. Shit, some private detectives actually make better money than being a police officer or police detective. Plus, you don't have all that red tape and mayor and politics that you got to deal with. You can investigate how you want to investigate it. So that could work out in his favor. But I definitely agree with his father. He should fight for his job. Um, but he got to stay his ass away from Lincoln, keep his hands in his pockets. Like, that's what he needs to do. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, why is Sonny acting so weak? Some instances he acts strong, but in this case, I kind of get where he coming from. Like, if he helps Chase and people find out or somebody finds out, people are going to think that Chase is on the tape. Like, he's a dirty cop or whatever. So I get where he's coming from with that. But Sonny has made people disappear for less and it never traced back to him. So I don't see why getting rid of Link would trace back to him or Chase or BLQ. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure, though, if Chase found out that BLQ went to Sonny Corinthos on his behalf to get rid of somebody, he wouldn't be able to live with himself with that. I know Chase wouldn't be able to live with that because that's not the kind of person he is. So I'm kind of glad Sonny did turn her down. You know, but by his words, he kind of gave BLQ some type of plan, some new plan to take care of Link, because he was like, he wished that he could make Link sing like a canary at the review board hearing, and that sparked the aha moment in her, and she went to go find Chase to let him know, like, listen, I got you. Like, BLQ, I feel like I love that she wants to help Chase get out of this mess, but at the same time, she got to start using her brain. You know what I'm saying? Like, start thinking of creative, less violent ways to deal with your problems. I'm just saying. Um. So anyway, moving on from that. So Carly and Olivia was talking and whatnot, and Olivia came up with the idea to buy Carly's share of the hotel, so that way they can continue to work together or whatever, and Carly could just pay her back over time. Because Carly was like, well, where the hell are you going to get that kind of money from? She was like, shit, I can get it from Ned. My thing is, did she actually talk to Ned about this before she offered up his money? I'm assuming she probably did. Um, but of course, Carly sitting there, oh, hell no, I'm not taking his money after he betrayed Drew and Michael. Carly, sweetheart. This is why I feel like Carly's a shitty businesswoman. This is business. What Ned did, that was business. It was not personal. Take the money, dummy. I'm just saying, take the money. You're in a bind. Who else is going to freaking help you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who else is going to help you out? So when Sonny popped up, Olivia was like, well, go to Sonny. If you're not going to take Ned's money, then go to Sonny and take his money. And Olivia had the audacity to say, oh, because Sonny owes you. Owe her what? He don't owe her no money. In my opinion, he don't owe her jack shit. I'm just saying. Did he owe her love and loyalty and all that stuff when they were married? Yeah, he did owe her that. But as far as you talking about money, he don't owe her jack. She had her opportunity in divorce at the arbitration to take whatever she wanted. She could have got millions out of Sonny. All she wanted was the house. Ask and you shall receive. That's what she received. Sonny don't owe her dingaling. Literally and figuratively. Now, if he wants to slip her some dingling at some point, he can do that too. That's his choice. But as far as money, he don't owe that woman jack. I'm just saying, she got herself in this mess. He don't owe her. Like, Olivia need to come off her little high horse. He don't owe shit. Okay, the only thing that man owe her right about now is the child support check for Donna. That's about it. Be grateful for that. You done got the man's house. I'm sure she getting child support to take care of their child. Or Sonny's helping out, of course, and leave it at that. As far as anything monetary other than child support, he don't owe her nothing. She took what she wanted in the divorce. Even the joint investments that they had, she didn't want her half of the investment. She said he can keep that. That was her choice. That's what tells me Carly is a shitty businesswoman. I would have took what was mine in that divorce. I wouldn't have went no further than that because I'm a fair person. I like to be fair. It's to an extent. But she did not want that, so no. He don't owe her diddly squat. Nope. Return to sender next. So anyway, moving on from that, Trina was, updating Jocelyn about Curtis taking over the investigation, trying to help her, clear her name. This all started a few months ago. I love that the Ashford men were pulling together and trying to help her, you know. But why did it take y'all so long? Once y'all found out what the trial date was, now everybody want to circle the wagons and help her. Where the hell was y'all at when this first went down? You should, I mean, I get it. Everybody was dealing with something at the time, but still, it's like, that's when y'all should have stepped up. But I guess better late than never. And she was telling Jocelyn about what happened at the pool with Esme and Rory and stuff. Even Jocelyn said it. She was like, listen, Rory like you. He is into you. And she feel like Trina's into him. Trina talking about maybe, ha ha ha. Ain't no maybe my ass. You know you want that man. When you saw him glistening when he got out that pool, you wanted him and you knew it. If looks could kill, y'all would have been having sex on that floor. I'm just saying. You come on now. We all saw the way she looked at that man when he got out that pool. You wanted some of that. She wanted all of that. All up on the wall, on the floor, on the little cabana chairs. You wanted it. In the pool. I'm just saying, don't knock pool sex till you had it. Let me stop. But hell, it's Freaky Friday. Let's have some fun. But yeah, I'm pulling for Trina to get out this mess. Because Lord knows she need to get up out of this foolishness here. Speaking of foolishness, Mr. Spencer has a bright idea. Basically, he wants to bluff his way into a confession from Esme. He wants to bluff a confession out of her. So he went to camera and basically laid out this story about how Victor found Esme's biological mother. What did he say, in Portugal or something like that? Victor got a name for him. When he was telling this whole story, I wasn't buying that story. I said, no, that doesn't sound right. And Cameron bought the story hook, line, and sinker. And Spencer was like, well, good. I'm glad you bought the story because I'm hoping Esme do too. I'm like, dude, only a less smart person would buy that foolishness. Because when he was telling that story, I wasn't convinced. I'm like, yeah, that sounds stupid and not accurate. So I'm like, where you come up with that from? Because I'm like, Esme's too smart to fall for that foolishness. Unless she let her guard down that much that she do fall for that dumb shit. But she's a bit smart. Like, his plan is to tell her, oh, I know the information about your biological mother. I'll give you this information if you record a confession, and then I'll let you leave town, and then, before I hand it over to the cops. Good luck with that. I don't see how that, I don't think that's going to work, but good luck. Then he talking about, one of the things I did like was the fact that he wanted to get DNA proof. And to do that, he wanted to get it from Carly and Joss to show a mother-daughter DNA compatibility, whatever you want to call it, the DNA match, to prove to Esme that this is her mom. Like, oh, I got DNA. I still don't think Esme is going to buy it. So of course he wanted Cameron's help to distract Jocelyn and stuff while he tried to get her DNA sample and all that foolishness. Cameron can't hold water. Like, he walked up to Jocelyn looking all type of crazy. She was looking at him like, you good? Like, he looked mad awkward. I'm like, dude, you got to put your game face on if you're trying to, cause a diversion. Like, if you're going to be a wingman, put your best disguise on. Like, you got to, you got to change your face up. Just, you got to be stone faced. You got to be, ready. You can't just be shaking, sweating, nervous. I'm like, you just a dead giveaway that you're up to something. Like, I was like, Cameron, I feel bad for you, but you're gonna have to suck it up, get your game face ready. Come on now, sir. We need this. Well, hell, Spencer wants it, but I don't think he's gonna get it. And of course, Esme popped up like the candy man that she is. Like, she just everywhere. Like, ugh, God. It's like you just say her name 5 times, she just appear, and it's the last thing you see is Esme. I'm like, damn. So anyway, moving on from that, it's time for this Heart and Home channel appearance or whatever that Sasha got to make. And Maxie and Lucy are just running around trying to get all the last minute details together or whatever. But the people called apparently and they want to make some changes or whatever. So Sasha's not holding up. That dude, the little paparazzi guy, he bought her some pills, I guess prescription pills. And she came to the office or whatever, and Maxie and Lucy just running everything by her, and she just pretty much snapped on them. Um, and I feel like Lucy should have been the one to do this TV spot. I understand, Sasha's the face of it, but Lucy should have handled it. Lucy has that quirky personality to pull it off. So I feel like Lucy should have been one doing the show, doing the talking and handling it, because Sasha's not ready. And of course, Sasha's popping pills, and somebody need to get that girl into some rehab stat. I'm just saying. Um, because if they don't get her into some type of rehabilitation program, it's gonna cost them this company. Like one false move on that TV show, if she's high, it's gonna be very bad press for them. Like their company will, like Lucy gonna have to do something. Her and Maxie gonna have to take over and do the TV thing, or Lucy's gonna have to do it. Maxie, one of y'all gonna have to step in, because this girl is struggling. She's not ready to do all of this. Like she's still in the grieving process. She's getting high again. She's not ready to take on the responsibilities of being the face of this company. She's not ready whatsoever. Brando, like I said yesterday, Brando gonna have to step in and get that girl some good help immediately, because she's not coping at all. Um, but yeah, it sucks to see her doing this, but I get it. But I'm ready for them to move on from this with Sasha and get her some help and let her grieve and give her a new storyline. That's what I'm ready for. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great weekend. Have a great 4th of July. See you all later. Peace.